Good evening, this is the 18 WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson. A driver's inattention is believed to be the cause of a two-vehicle crash on Tuesday morning that sent both drivers to the hospital. Indiana State Police say that just after 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, 36-year-old Leslie Smith of Dale was stopped in the northbound traffic along US 231 just north of the Interstate 64. She was waiting for a vehicle in front of her to turn into a private drive. Police say that as the truck turned and had cleared the roadway, Smith let her foot off the brake of her passenger car to then continue traveling north when she was rear-ended by a pickup truck. That pickup truck was driven by 51-year-old Carrie Eckert of Huntingburg. Eckert at the last moment noticed traffic was stopped but was unable to stop or avoid the collision. Both drivers were transported to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for treatment of their injuries, and both vehicles were a total loss. Police say that the use of seatbelts and airbag deployment helped to reduce further injuries to both Eckert and Smith. US 231 was closed for nearly 45 minutes while the crash was investigated and also while crews cleaned up the scene. State police were assisted at the scene by the Dubois County Sheriff's Department, the St. Henry Fire Department, and also Memorial Hospital EMS. A Holland couple had to be treated at a local hospital after they were attacked while trying to break up a dogfight Wednesday morning in Holland. At around 10 a.m., deputies with the Dubois County Sheriff's Department were called to a residence along the 10,000 block of State Road 161 in Holland, where authorities were told via a 911 call of a dog bite. The initial dispatch advised that there had been amputated fingers. However, when first responders arrived, they found two injured persons, neither with any amputations. Information provided to deputies indicated that two dogs began fighting at the residence. A 36-year-old woman attempted to break up the dog fight and was bitten on her forearm. Her 38-year-old husband also attempted to break up the dogs and then was bitten on his finger. The Sheriff's Department reported that the man was forced to shoot the aggressive dog to prevent further injuries to people and animals around. The dog died at the scene. The aggressive dog was a pit bull, and deputies say that the status of the vaccinations on the dog is unknown at this time and that the deceased dog will be examined to rule out the possibility of rabies. Deputies say that their investigation is still ongoing, and both were transported by ambulance to Memorial Hospital for further treatment of their injuries. As legislators, the Indiana General Assembly wants to make sure that lawmakers support people in their communities who are truly in need of help. This past session, the General Assembly passed bills to help survivors of sexual assault, as well as those in the criminal justice system that suffer from a mental health issue. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper says that mental health illness is a serious issue in the United States and that it requires support and also treatment.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, nearly 70% of the youth in the juvenile justice system across the country experience at least one mental health condition, and approximately 20% of the adults in state prisons have a recent history of a mental health condition. House Enrolled Act 1102 allows the Indiana Department of Correction to make grants available to county jails for evidence-based mental health treatment services for people who have been charged with a felony or have a prior felony conviction.
Messmer says the law also requires the Indiana Department of Corrections to coordinate with the Division of Mental Health and also Addiction when issuing community corrections and court-supervised programs to help keep people from returning to jail. Sexual assault is a crime that has been increasing throughout the years, with the National Sexual Violence Resource Center reporting that 1 in 5 women will experience rape or attempted rape at some point in their lifetime. It's important for lawmakers to support victims of these crimes as well. Messmer says that House Enrolled Act 1233 makes changes to the Sexual Assault Victims Fund by requiring the governor to appoint a member recommended by a sexual assault coalition to the Sexual Assault Victim Advocate Standards and Certification Board.
This law also requires the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute Victim Services Division to provide funding to establish and maintain rape crisis centers, enhance services provided by existing rape crisis centers, and develop, implement, and expand trauma-informed sexual assault services. Mental health and sexual assault are serious issues, and we owe it to Hoosiers to provide adequate resources and support on the road to recovery.
Messmer says that the laws will help fill funding gaps and also create more services and programs to help Hoosiers reclaim their lives from mental illness and sexual assault. As always, feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with your questions or concerns by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 800-382-9467. Last night, the Northeast DuBois School Board had their meeting, and here is our news reporter, Prisma Lopez-Marin, with the story.
The Northeast DuBois School Board was presented with a Lego robot demonstration by 7-year-old William Claywitter on Tuesday night. Second grade teacher Maureen Lebehausen described that she had applied for a DuBois Rec grant over $1,400 in order to buy Legos that serve as an educational tool. Lebehausen spoke of a program called We Do It Too and states that using these Legos, V2 shows students to work together, team building, and follow instructions. Lego V2 is based on a science-based project, and the students get to build Legos attaching a receiver and move it through the ability to program Lego robots with a computer. William Claywitter described to the board how he uses a computer in order to monitor the Lego robots. The board gave Claywitter an applause for his demonstration. He was accompanied by his mother Alejandra Claywitter and 9-year-old sister Leah Claywitter. According to Mrs. Claywitter, William reads at a 7th grade level and Leah reads at a 12th grade level. Also discussed were updates of the referendum, where Superintendent Bill Olson elaborated on his final thoughts before the referendum vote.
We can only provide what our funding will allow. Our voters have an even greater responsibility when they go to the voting booth. To truly support Northeast DuBois, I am asking all of them to do their research on the candidates and vote for candidates that will support public education and our students. We are in our present situation because of the system that has been put in place for us.
Olson also adds that Northeast DuBois will continue to make necessary savings that they can. He continues by noting his thoughts in regards to the public education testing system.
The public education testing system is broken, as state-mandated tests are not providing feedback and data to inform instruction, but rather testing data is being used to rate and rank teachers, schools, and school corporations. The testing data does not provide timely feedback to support the learning process.
Olson states that his message to the community is that he hopes for positive results with the voting of the referendum and encourages everyone to do their civic duty and vote. A referendum public meeting will be held on October 24th at 7 p.m. in the DuBois Middle School multi-purpose room for a questions and answers session. The board also spoke about the early voting opportunities on October 29th at the DuBois Library at 8 in the morning to 12 p.m., November 3rd in the Hayesville Fire Station from 10 in the morning till 6 p.m., November 4th at the DuBois Library from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and November 5th at the DuBois Library from 8 in the morning till 12 p.m.
Thank you, Prisma. Make sure to keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.